This is how we kick off the show. Tell me why.
Every night we'll be kicking off the show. Ready?
Are they in frame? Okay, so as the saying goes, there's no place like home. I think that's where most of us are. One more time, all together now.
There's no place like home.
So for those of you that weren't here yesterday, this is my mother's pair of the ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz. And I'll try to go close. Now we have the writing not upside down this time.
Ooh.
So you can see the name there. You see that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Don't move it because we've got everything balanced.
Oh, Tracy Saunders. I have an 82-year-old mom with a young grandson with issues. I'm double worried. I can only imagine that you are, but I need you to stay focused because then you don't want to go down that worry rabbit hole because then we're of no use to anybody. So this is a normal feeling, of course, for what you're going through.
The video keeps looping.
Okay, so you know what I think we're going to do?
The video's doing what?
Looping. So what we want to do,
what does
let's
that mean?
end it and start it again. How about that?
You lose connection and connect.
I don't know.
On and out.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on everybody. We're going to disconnect for a moment,
I
but
don't
we'll
know.
be right back.
Let me look at it. You keep going. Now, let me see it.
Oh, do you need me on to
I'm so
fix
sick
it?
of this.
Oh.
I want to get the right technology before we go on ever again because it's lame.
Uh-oh. You getting grouchy?
No, not at all.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I
Well,
think
it's
we're going to
delayed on
disconnect until we
No,
can figure
no.
this out. You
The
want me to
delay
stay
is
on?
fine.
Hmm?
It's delayed, that's all, which is normal.
Oh,
Nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong. It's fine.
well then.
Everybody,
let's
ask
sit
your
down.
fans out there to respond. How does it look? How
Okay,
does
we
it
need
sound?
you guys to know how it looks.
Ask how it looks. How does it sound?
And how does it sound? Ryan, no problems here. Video is good now. Hope Zombie's not coming. Oh, Randy, me too. I don't really believe in that, but I love it. So I saw something on Facebook the other day that was hilarious. It said, the only part about becoming a zombie that I don't like is all the walking. I thought that was brilliant. And I agree. Hey, Matt, how are you? Matt Bowler, Holly Skaggs, Debbie Strang, Brenda Lates. Okay, let me just finish what I was saying about your elderly mother and your grandson. Is that yes, of course you're double worried, and that is normal for what's happening. I always say that's the appropriate emotion for what's happening in your life. But our worrying doesn't change it or fix it. So I remember reading 30 years ago something that I never forgot. And it's this: we don't worry someone to the finish line, we champion them. And that always helps me to get out of the worry thing. I had a weird day because I had to leave the house today, and I wrote a blog about it. If you haven't signed up for my blogs, I'll put they go into your email every day, and if you haven't signed up for it yet, I'll put a link when we're done. Actually, there's one on my Facebook page right now. And if you want to get the daily inspirational blog, I would love to have you, and I just email it to you every day. And I was talking about that in my blog today. About I had to go out today, and I felt really anxious out there. And I had to take control of my mind because there were no cars on the street. Las Vegas is dark. Everything's shut down, every hotel. And I was in the grocery store, I was in the post office. I was afraid of touching everything. And I just kind of had that moment that we all have. And so I had to take control of my fear today. And it was really good for me to do because this is what I teach people how to do, is get a hold of your emotions and so that they don't control you. And I had to overcome it, and so I wrote about that today because we can all do that because we can't be of use to anybody else when we are ourselves scared to death. So today that was my experience, and I got home and I was like, oh, I want to be in my cocoon because now this is my safe place. And I think a lot of us probably feel that way, which is why it doesn't feel like a burden for me to stay home, because it feels really good. I had to practice what I preach, Peggy Smith Barrett, exactly. And that happens, and it's a good thing. Do you have blue highlights or is that just from your monitor? Either way, your hair looks bad. It's probably my monitor and I'm gonna turn it down because who in the world needs blue hair before 85, right? Who needs blue hair before 90?
Well, Harry Carl had it.
Are you good?
Michelle Bell, my cousin, is here, and I'm waiting for my brother to come to Las Vegas tonight from Los Angeles because he is just freaked out and ready to be in the safe arms of his sister and brother-in-law. And Dora is with us tonight. Brenda Chris McNally. It is crazy here in Vegas. Yes, and you know what? We don't realize what a small town this is. It's a small town in a big city, if that makes any sense. So, but that's okay because we have to roll with it. This is what's happening. Or I used to say, this is happening now. And that's how I would just kind of make friends with what it is that I'm afraid of so that it's not chasing me. Because fear chases us and it's so exhausting. So it's a good thing to be ahead of it, next to it, not have it behind you. So I do that by acknowledging the way I'm feeling and then consciously taking charge of my emotions. So that's that. The first soap opera I ever saw you in was Texas. Oh my gosh. That was a few semesters ago. That was 1980. Yes, 1980. So how many years ago was that?
40.
40 years ago. You have been watching me for 40 years. I love you, boy. Oh gosh, I remember.
And now we're all in a soap opera together.
Now make sure you're on camera.
No, I'm just popping in every now and again.
Okay, well.
I'm here supporting. Why are we sideways again?
Well, that was from before you lose your mind. I'm going to
We're
just.
looking good. We're fine. Okay.
Okay,
No,
we're righted. Look at
I'm
that.
in the neighborhood.
We're righted. I like it better without having to look at the computer, but at least I can see things really well. Okay.
You're not lying.
So yeah, I am.
Really?
It's just still. Is it still for you?
No. You stopped it. I pushed you.
No,
I didn't push anything.
She's not.
Okay, I learned my lesson from
She's
that
not
last
moving.
night. You got it? Yeah. All good. Okay, so Stephen Edwards just posted my blog. So if you want to sign up for it, just look in the feed right now. Stephen Edwards just posted where you click into the blog and then you'll be able to sign up for it. And for free, you just absolutely get a beautiful inspirational blog every day that just talks about the stuff that we all think about anyway and the stuff that we're all going through anyway. So I hope you like it and I hope you sign up for it because I write it for you. So that would be great. I see it. Stephen Edwards blog. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen Edwards, it's good to see you. I met Stephen when I was doing shows in Massachusetts, and we've been friends since 2012 as a result of it. Julie D, nice to have you. Barry Mulan, looking forward to it. Debbie Augustine, hello. Debbie's great. I met Debbie. Oh, I don't even know where we met Debbie. It's been a long time, but we've been friends for a long time, and I love Debbie. She comes to see my shows, no matter where I am. Almost, you've been to like 3 cities with me, and I always love to see you and be with you. We've been friends since I think at least that. Julie D, I think you are just a beautiful girl, and as you know, I don't know if there's going to be a Night Rider. Southern Nights in Atlanta this year. It's in July, so we might get lucky, but I hope I get to see you, if not there, but somewhere. All right, so we're all good.
Your makeup.
Huh?
Your makeup look awesome.
My makeup? Really? Well, you know what? In a little while, this is my own makeup line. I use my own skincare and makeup line, and I have for 18 years. I made it for women over 40. I was 43, I was 44 when I started it, and I was on One Life to Live. So I made it for myself, and then all the actresses were wanting to look, good on camera because this makeup looks great in real life, but it looks fantastic on camera. So what I made just for myself, I ended up making for everybody, and then I started a website, and I've had the company for 18 years, and we're going to be giving away some Cat Cosmetics things in just a little bit. So we're going to try to keep it under an hour tonight, and I'm going to bring Todd in because we've already been here playing. And you know what I'd like tonight, everybody? oh, this is Rich Lip Gloss. Somebody asked about it, so it's this one, and we're going to be doing giveaways with that. And I think Todd has some giveaways, and I'm also going to give away the Spiritually Reconnecting with Prayer Hypnosis CD for sleep and just getting calm, and it's really a great program. I don't know how to explain it except that it's my voice helping you to relax, calm down, de-stress, cool anxiety out, and get some sleep. And then, of course, there's a prayer on there that even if you fall asleep will definitely go into your subconscious mind. And it's a wonderful way to unwind, so I'll be doing some giveaways with that. We can send instead of getting a CD, if you don't want that, you can get it download. So we'll be doing that. And Barb Kevin, see you soon. Where am I going to see you, Barb? I want to know. I'm not getting out much these days. So there we go. All right, so we're caught up. I'm going to bring Todd in. Let's talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's have some fun. That's what this is all about. And so come on in here, handsome.
I'm here.
I know. But you're really, can you pull your chair up? Because you look like you're 6 years old back there.
There it is.
That's right. And we have, so I was going to bring Nugget on tonight because I was going to bring Nugget on because he's sleeping right now with his wife. They're in the house. He can't go outside for a while. He got into a bad fight. My lead rooster. He's my leading man after Todd. And if you think that's funny, it's true. He's my leading man after you. He's my white rooster with a big red comb and beautiful waddle. And he got into a bad rooster fight with one of the others. I have 7 roosters. And I don't know what happened. They were getting along, and then one day they just didn't get along, and it was all bad. So he's been really sick and with infection from the comb. And so now he's on the mend, and I was going to bring him on, but I don't think he's quite feeling up to it yet. So I think maybe tomorrow night. And I can't bathe him because I don't want to stress him out. But he's not. I call him my little hobo bird because he looks like he's been rolling around in grease somewhere. I just have to let it be and let it go because I'm used to seeing him all white and fluffy. But thank you for all your prayers because he is my boy and I appreciate it so much. So Todd Fisher, are you in here?
I am here. I think you should, since the day has been just another one of those
It was a weird
intense
day.
days.
Yeah.
Why don't you step everybody? Let's just start with a nice couple of deep breaths. You walk.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. Okay, guys. So if you're holding a phone, put it down where you don't, because I like you to have your hands for this. And this is something that I'm going to teach you to do right now. It works super well. It's basically just a breathing exercise, and I swear to you, if you can catch yourself when you're just gripping and you're tense in your neck and you haven't had a breath in a minute, this will really help you to relax, which is why when, as a hypnotist, we ask people to breathe first just to relax their muscles and their body. So here it is. I want you to just let yourself sit in your chair. I'm not hypnotizing you, I'm just teaching you how to get ready to do a real good breathing exercise that will absolutely lower your blood pressure and make you relax. That's really good. There's a reason that it feels so good because we don't realize how long we go without a breath. So these days, we do that and we don't realize it. So if you're sitting in the chair, just let your neck kind of relax, and when I say breathe in, I want you to breathe in through your nose, and hold it, and then I'll. So you see how long that took me? I'd like you to even take longer. So that means when you breathe in through your nose. And if
you're with somebody else and your lips are pursed, you can grab that moment to have a quick kiss.
Yes, because what is it? We're not kiss-dincing, we're distancing. Isn't that what it is? So kiss-dincing is only for the people on the outside. We can still kiss. So, but anyway, I want you to just now, I'm going to do it with you for we're going to do it 3 times. I was just demonstrating. So remember, through your nose in, through your mouth out, and I haven't started yet. And then
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
already
show
did
you
one, so
something.
do I
Did
have
you?
to do 3 or?
You have to do 3,
I got
and then
it.
you'll pass out, and I'll take advantage of you. That would be not on
Before or
camera.
after tonight's show?
Yeah, that's so funny.
When you get your own show.
All right, so let's do this. So breathe in through your mouth. I'll tell you when. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out of your mouth, and really just, do it just from down here. Ready? Okay, I'm gonna do it with you. Todd, you're gonna do it?
I'm with you.
Dora, are you in?
I am.
We're all in. Okay, so we're gonna do this through your nose. Hold it. Let your shoulders sink down. And when you do that, when you let your breath out, just let your shoulders sink down. Let every muscle in your neck relax. And we're going to do it again now. In through your nose. That feels really good. Now, because we're going to do the third time a little different, because we've been holding everything. If you notice, your shoulders and neck are tight because we've been tense, and that's where we hold it. So we've been like this in protection mode. So this feels really good when you breathe in. So when you breathe in, you take your hands back, open your chest, open your body, open everything, because that will help your shoulder blades to go back, because you've been in protection mode now for a really long time. So if you do that 3 times and don't rush it, you will not believe how much that loosens your neck muscles and how much that actually will help you. I'm going back to the blue hair now to see what people are saying. That feels so good. It's okay, Dawn. I'll see you when you get back. And David, is this Reiki breathing? I don't think so, because I don't know anything about Reiki, except when I went to get a massage once and the guy was doing this over my body, and I'm like, what are you doing? He said it's an energy massage. I said, no, I want hands in the neck muscles, pressing as hard as you can, because I was always so tense when I was in New York. It was just a part of the New York experience. So it might be Reiki breathing, but I don't really know anything about Reiki. This is just what I know, because when I learned how to breathe when I was taking singing lessons, most of all, before I did Les Mis. I was in very heavy training, vocal training. And when I breathed the first time, I actually started crying, because I hadn't taken a proper breath probably in my whole life. And a lot of times the feelings that you're having that you've been switching down will come out when you breathe. And again, that's a good thing. Crying is a good thing. They do what now?
They need to do that more often.
Oh yeah, so you can do this so many times a day. It is so good for you. It gets oxygen to your brain. You might cry. That's great. Gold in the tears, better in than out.
I like to go outside.
You don't.
And look at something
Oh,
really beautiful.
I was going to say, you don't cry. You cry in movies.
I cry at National
I
Anthem.
like that. National Anthem, I do too.
God Bless America.
Oh yes.
Flag waving stuff gets me every time, But no, when I like to step outside and look at something really beautiful and take a really couple of nice deep breaths.
Yeah.
If there's a flower available, that's a nice thing. Or just some beautiful plant or something great to look at, some mountains or something. And if you don't have any of that stuff, there's always something you can find that was a God creation that's worth taking a moment and just taking it in visually as well as the
that is
rest.
so true.
I did it today a lot.
What'd you look at today?
Looked at a lot of mountains today, a lot of green, some water, just found everything I could that was pretty. Took a lot of deep breaths, because every time I go inside and I get in front of the television or my freaking phone news feed goes haywire that we're going into some kind of a shutdown or something, that any normal person is going to feel that. And so you got to be able to blow it off accordingly. Now, there's nothing wrong with being super prepared, and there's nothing wrong with facing all the reality there is. But a balance is in order. You got to pull a balance.
Yeah.
I mean, we're very well prepared here for everything that's happening, but we're feeling it the same as anybody else.
Oh, I felt it today. Yeah.
So many people in this city, we're in Las Vegas, for those of you who don't know, tens of thousands of people are now out of work. And I just can't even imagine the pressure that so many people under with families and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but you know, this country has been through a lot of tough stuff in our history and recent history. And even though I have never seen anything like this in my lifetime, I can tell you I've had my relatives tell me of stories, and my great uncle died on Saipan, and you know, the war stories. So there's so many things that really are not as bad as this. I mean, if we were all right now having to chase machine gun nests or run up against a beach where guns and bombs are falling, and your friends are being blown apart, that is far more traumatizing than us hunkering down for a period of time for the good of the country. And you know, we went through a little of this on 9/11. Everybody hunkered down.
That's what I wrote about today
Yeah.
in the blog, because I lived in New York City during 9/11, and we had never, ever imagined, or we were so not prepared for that level of terrorism, or that it was so traumatic that I literally had my brain chemistry altered by it. And I've never had an anxious moment in my life prior to that, ever. And so when people would say, oh, I have anxiety, I'd think to myself, I wonder what that feels like. Now I know what it feels like. I wrote about this in my blog today, so make sure you go sign up for it, and you'll see it there.
A miracle happened, though.
Yeah, and it was good for me in a lot of ways, because now I understand people so much more, and I'm in the business of helping people manage their anxiety and their pain and other things that they want to stop doing.
But I meant a miracle in the country.
Oh yes,
had
that's what the blog is about, how everybody pulled together. We're too-
That's right. What happened is the flags came out.
Say that.
The flags came out.
People
And
fell
all of
in
a
love,
sudden,
yes.
all of our differences evaporated. And we were unified as Americans. And when the tough gets going,
No, when the going gets tough.
when the tough gets going, when the going gets tough,
Yeah.
you know, in the movie Starman, I think it's said best. When the aliens, they ask the alien, he says, you want me to tell you what's great about you, meaning you people, you humans. When things are at their worst, you are at your best. And I think that is so true of
I
us.
got goosebumps from that.
But that is
Yeah.
so true of us.
You know,
So to
it's
me,
true. What a
this
line.
whole thing is an opportunity for us to excel in the face of this adversity. That's how I see it. I think we need to lean into it and show the world once again what this country is all about. And I am proud to be an American, and I'm proud to be part of this with you, in it with you.
Yeah, the one thing that is true is that we are all in it together. And Crystal Powers just said, my anxiety and depression are coming back after being gone for 10 years because of this.
Right.
Well, you know what? If you were medicated for that before, I would say that, you know, seeing your doctor or talking to him and letting him know how you're feeling. Like I said in the blog today, if you had an arm that was broken, you'd put a cast on it. This is not something new to you. You have suffered depression and anxiety before. And sometimes it is a jolt to the, you know, all the stress. I have to turn the news off for a while, and we have the news on a lot in our house, but today I just had to turn it off because it's too much, and I need to just get away from it a little bit. It's just too much. So I did a lot of writing. We ran errands today, which caused me anxiety because I was in the world and I wanted to come home because it didn't feel normal to me out there. But it is. And so it is. This is what's happening, and so as far as that goes, we're doing everything we can. We're here with you. This is a unique experience, and I really am hoping that when this ends, and it will end, meaning it will get better, that we're all better because of it, because of all kinds of reasons. I just experienced, I'm a grateful person, but I don't think I've ever been as grateful as I am right now for everything. I mean, just waking up is, thank God, you know, I'm so happy to just wake up. Everything works. And what happens and why we get anxious, Crystal, is, I believe, at least in my way of thinking, is that we're jumping out of the moment. Because right now we're together. Right now we have a roof over our head. Right now we have food to eat. Right now is a great place to be. So when you start going into tomorrow and next week, which we cannot control, that is anxiety producing. So let me just say, Crystal, that we are going to get through this. And
Let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. You can do that without spreading the coronavirus.
so breathe, and if you have a doctor that you worked with when you were in anxiety and depression, you might want to give them a call and just tell them how you're feeling. Doesn't mean you have to go on medication, back on medication forever. It's a bridge, so don't be ashamed of that. And that's the best advice I can give you, is to stay in the present moment, where we are right this
Sometimes
minute.
when you are, stressed out like that, or you're really falling back into it, it also kind of helps to look at what everybody else is going through. You're not alone, first of all, but second of all, people are going through things far, far worse than you could ever imagine in this world. Not everywhere, but I sometimes when I look around and I realize how blessed I am, that helps me relax too, because there are just so many people so less fortunate than many of us, that it helps sometimes to know what's going on, right?
Yeah. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Kim. It's so great. It's all these great people. So I missed it, but one of you just said that everything is. New York is really scary.
Crystal
Yes,
Powers
I
says
know.
that.
I lived there for 17 years, and I remember when 9/11 happened. But we didn't have to stay in our houses. We didn't have to stop going to work. We didn't have to do a lot of things. So this is all
unique.
new, unique, uncharted territory. Of course you're scared, but don't let that take you over. Feel the fear and let it go, because there is nothing we are in charge of. So Todd Burke, that's who it was. Todd, it sounds trite, but you know what? This is how we do let our emotions manage us. And I tell you, I had anxiety today out in the world, and I had to pull over, and I had to get a hold of myself and take control of my mind, because I don't want to go down. I'm in charge of this. I know that. My whole world is about teaching people to manage their emotions and the things they're afraid of. So I had to do that for myself today, and it worked. So, and I really feel all of you so much. I cannot tell you how much I actually feel you. Sometimes it's just overwhelming, and I do have to take a breath and just do that. But we're okay.
People are watching cartoons instead of news.
People are watching cartoons instead of news. I love that. YouTube.
Foghorn Leghorn is a very good one.
We live that one.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. But YouTube, funny YouTube videos, you can,
I'll say, boy.
I'll say.
I said, boy.
That's what Nugget is. He's a leghorn, so he's funny. You have a video of him watching that
In
cartoon.
fact, he's crowing at the cartoon.
He hasn't crowed in days.
True.
You know?
I think he has a sore throat.
Linda is here. Linda Kornreich. Oh,
Happy
Linda.
dogs.
Oh, I miss you so much. That's really just one of my best girls right there. Marty Halfan says, this truly is an opportunity. Oh, you disappeared. Can you see
What's
it?
Marty say?
It's an opportunity for us to come together, I think is what he was saying.
Marty and I went to high school and elementary school together.
What's Marty's
Marty
last
Halfan.
There you go. Marty? You guys went to high school?
Elementary school. El Rodale.
I would say you two go back a few semesters then.
And he used to come to the parties at the Greenway House back in the day, and I have pictures of him with, all the kids at the parties, and he was one of the besties of the time. And now he's a successful real estate guy.
Well, Marty, I'd love you to put that back in so it'll come around, because
Actually,
things
Marty
go by
said,
so
he
fast.
said something really cool to me yesterday. We were communicating yesterday, Marty, and he said, I just sold a house, or some piece of property.
Yeah.
And so, stuff is happening. Anyway, I think the economy is sound and strong, and I think obviously we're all on hold because of the virus to be safe. So this doesn't turn into a
Hey,
big
Frank
disaster.
Ferruccio says, I have over 5,000 Blu-rays and DVDs. I think that he has you beat.
No, I
He
would,
has so many CDs. I can't or DVDs.
I used to have 5,500, but that was which just at the
Okay,
ranch, not
Frank.
really here.
So
No, listen, I'm not bragging.
Todd.
I think that that is a very respectable number, and I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud to be part of the 5,000 club. And you know what's funny about that, when you have all these DVDs, it is very reassuring that you can amuse yourself at no end. But I do sometimes find myself looking at them all and just going, I can't find anything here.
Frank was just say all of your mom's movie.
All of my mother's movies. Well,
oh wow.
my mother's, I don't even know if I have them all. There are some that are really obscure. If you look up her on IMDb, you'll see there are some pretty obscure little films that she did. But the better ones certainly are some fun to go through. In fact, tomorrow, I think, are we going to do the memorabilia show tomorrow?
We you know what we were thinking about, because I don't know what your schedule is, but
Well, I was working on that. to
Okay.
do it. We were thinking about, and you tell us what you think.
yeah, if this
We were
is
thinking about
interesting to you.
tomorrow at this time, 6:30, taking you to see some of the memorabilia that we have, and this would be some of Debbie's costumes and props and things.
Are they here?
Yes, they're
Oh.
here, so we don't even have to leave the
Okay,
premises.
this could be really fun.
Well, I mean, beyond, you've seen some scripts and we show you some pictures and whatever. This is Debbie's costume from the Insatiable Motley Brown. This is Debbie's costume from How the West Was Won. And we have stills and other things to go with
I
all
didn't
that.
know that was here.
We
This
had
is
it here
good.
for our birthday party.
Yeah, but I thought maybe you took it back.
I was planning on all of this happening.
Really?
No,
No.
no.
No. But
No, I
does
decided
that
to
sound
leave
like
it.
anything that you want to do? Then
If you would like to
say
see,
yes.
so we're going to
Jay
do a
Kevin,
show and
like,
tell tomorrow.
Hey, Jay. Jay Kevin.
Of the top ones.
I hope I get to see
Ken
you,
Debbie's
because
top.
you are also a person that likes to go to the autograph shows and see the stars from when we were growing up. I love it when I meet somebody. When I meet somebody that was on a TV show when I was growing up, like Leave It to Beaver, Beverly Hillbillies. Of course, that I haven't seen anybody from that show in a long time, but
Father Knows
I get
Best.
so Father Knows Best, the Donna Reed show, Paul Peterson. I went on a cruise with Linda Kornreich and Ryan Clements that are here with us in this chat right now, and we in early December, I think it was was that it,
December
Ryan?
4th.
We went on a
Yeah.
Child Star cruise. Now that's about like the nerdiest thing you can think of, and I am a nerd, so I really don't care. I'm a card-carrying nerd, and I was so excited to go on this cruise, and we got to meet the Beeve and Wally, and
Can't say that anymore.
you can't say anything anymore. If
I
Eddie
got to see
Haskell
the
had been
Beeve.
there,
Now,
I think
who-
I would have passed
You
right
say I
out.
got to see the Beeve, you're going to have everybody up on ours.
Oh my God! Here we go,
I'm telling
and
you.
away we go. Okay, so
exciting.
now we
It's not even me starting at this time.
Paul Peterson was on that cruise, and I got really sick on that cruise. And the irony is, this is like way before this whole thing started. I was on the cruise ship for 2 days, really into all the just nerding out, and you know we were on the Royal Princess. Ryan, did you know that we were on the Royal Princess, which is the cruise ship that eventually, 4 or 5 months later, would
No, it's not 4 or 5 months.
yeah, because this was like December
It's 2
1st.
months.
No,
December,
December, January,
January.
February.
No, it was turned.
Yeah, but it didn't.
got parked.
It
for
didn't
February.
get parked until
February.
no, it was beginning of March, I think. Anyway, I know someone will Google this. And the ship was so magnificent, and it just made me sad that was the ship that had. It's the biggest ship on the fleet, and I never had time to take vacations or trips, and so you know, for us, it was only a 4-day cruise, and I was just so excited. And day 2, my nerdiness came to an end because I got so sick on that cruise with a really bad sore throat and a bad sinus infection, and I got stayed in my room because I didn't want to share the love with everybody else on the ship. There were about 4,000 of us on that ship. I loved it. So Jay Kevin, I get why you go to all the autograph shows, and actually Todd and I did the Hollywood autograph show last year, and it was really fun because we got connected with a lot of people and other actors that I'd never met before, and we all ended up going out to dinner, and it was just great. So I hope to do more of those in the future because it's so fun to meet people that are fans, and I know what it feels like to be a fan. I'm a fan too, and so it's like a really fun, to connect with people that have watched your work on TV. It means a lot to me, and I think we had a really good time because we were together.
Does that person want to know the 10 films now?
The 10 films?
The 10 films.
Okay, we have a question
The
here.
question was, what are the 10 best Debbie movies?
What is your top 10 picks of DVDs from the month?
Okay, so what's the top 10 picks of Debbie movies that are probably available would be a good way to limit that. So I would say, obviously, Singing in the Rain, The Unsinkable Molly Brown are your two big hitters, heavy hitters. Then comes The Singing Nun, which is a pretty cool film. It's a pretty feel-good movie.
Yep.
I have a lot of great memories about that. In fact, part of our show and tell tomorrow will be the guitar from that. And of course, that was based on a true story, which is kind of unique. Then we talked about this last night, for those of you who didn't hear it, but Goodbye Charlie would certainly make a list. The Pleasure of His Company with Fred Astaire would be a good one. And of course, The Tender Trap with Frank Sinatra.
Where's Dobie Gillis and all that?
Dobie is down the line in my
Okay.
view. Now, I love the
And Goodbye
okay,
Charlie.
so I mentioned that. But
Okay.
Dobie Gillis is a cute little movie. But it's not the best movie, and there's cute numbers in it.
I love it because I love Bobby Van.
I would rather watch it. It was made the same year, I Love Melvin. So that's Donald O'Connor and my mom in a really fun feel.
So that is a fun movie.
Oh, and there's a number in there called Where Do You Learn to Dance? That is a fantastic dance number. You'll want to take dancing lessons after seeing this. And I think that's what's cool about the movies. When they're really at their best, they're inspiring us. Now, sometimes we're just on a journey to laugh, to cry, to whatever. But those movies in those days truly inspired people to want to be.
Halloween Town. That was the movie that you just went off my radar, but I saw someone mention it, and
There was a Halloween Town
yeah,
1, 2,
Halloween
3.
Town was great because it introduced your mom to a whole new audience of younger people, and they have this huge in Oregon. I think it was where
They still have it there.
Yeah, they have where they filmed that movie, Halloween Town. They have a month long every year. We've always wanted to go to it, but we've never been able to.
So if you're going to do newer movies, Mother was pretty good.
Yes.
Albert Brooks came to my sister with this script, Mother, and was like, I would love for your mom to play this. And Carrie came to me with the script. We were in Vegas, had the hotel, and my mother said, there's no way I can leave the hotel right now to make this movie. It's impossible. We're struggling. She gave me the script. I read the script. I came back to my mother. I said, I don't care what we have to do. You must play this part. It is so her. I have to say, when I went to the premiere of this movie, there were scenes in that movie where I was laughing harder than anybody in the theater because it was like a home movie, some of these scenes.
Did you see your mom in that character?
Well, that's what I mean. It was like when you watched the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but I
Mother
mean,
is the name
the
of that
whole,
film.
her technical ineptness, because she comes from a generation that can't work the remote control of the phone. Her funny conservative nature about saving food that went bad long ago. I mean, ironically, that was truly her. I mean, she used to talk about the protective ice coating on top of your ice cream as if that would protect the ice cream. Not that it's history. And I heard that, so when it was in the movie, I just roared. And then, of course, near the end, she's out gardening, and that's a true laugh because
your mom in the garden.
That'd be like seeing her in the kitchen.
You know what's
Those
funny?
two things never happen.
When I had my first little rooster, he was a band on a miniature rooster named Nugget, and that was the first Nugget. Debbie and Nugget had this unbelievable connection, and he used to sit on her chest and watch TV.
Well,
when
he'd
she
eat
would
her
come
corn
see
on the
us.
cob too.
And they shared corn on the cob, and then he would sit on her pillow, and they would watch TV. And she loved that rooster so much, and he was just a compact little guy. And I don't remember why I brought this up, but it was so fantastic to see her connect.
We were talking about her
here, I know,
personality.
I remember it. So anyway, when I would take him with us, and we would go into California, and we would go to her house. She would spend a lot of time with us here in Vegas, but when we go to California for holidays or a long visit or 4 or 5 days, I would take Nugget with us because then they could connect there too.
Like everybody does.
And so,
Everybody takes their pet rooster with them when they go anywhere.
isn't it bring your rooster to work day?
Everybody does it.
So the reason that I brought this up is because Debbie had this rose garden that was not little, it was big. It was on the side of her house. And she, so I put Nugget out there because I let him go out and peck at the grass and give him a break from being an indoor bird. And he got into her rose bushes, and he dug, and I looked around, and there was just this red comb coming out of the dirt. He was digging up Debbie's roses, and I pulled him out, and I dusted him off, and you know, she just loved him so much. But it reminded me, like, that's as close to the rose garden as your mom ever got as far as being in it. She liked to sit and look
She
at
has
it.
a rose garden here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Just
And
not
we
far
still-
from where we are.
That's right. We still actually.
And you know where this all came from, the rose thing? You probably don't even know this.
I bet I don't.
It came from the unsinkable Molly Brown. Her neighbor was Mrs. McGraw.
Marty Hutton is asking, what is the cigar band from the
Ah.
Unsinkable?
I'm going to show you the unsinkable brand ring tomorrow night, Marty. We're going to have that with the dress tomorrow. But let me finish the story about the roses. So in the unsinkable Molly Brown, my mother goes to visit Mrs. McGraw, who was her neighbor in Denver. This is before she was accepted by society. And my mother says, she gives a party when the roses bloom. Isn't that amazing? She was so impressed that this socialite lady would give a party when the roses bloom. It was really something. And what's funny about that is we were never really into roses until after that. All of a sudden at the Greenway House and other places, we started having rose bushes. Now, we never gave a party when the roses bloomed, but we did take time to smell those roses and to enjoy them. So
Yeah.
that is the moral of that story. Cute little story. But Debbie loved roses, one of her favorite flowers.
And you know, I don't know if I told you this, but ever since Debbie left us, I never saw this happen before in this house. Every day, the pictures are all off thing. And you know, she used to be really into that kind of stuff. When remember when the actress died in her house, and she was a much older actress. She was like a B movie actress that was known, and she died at her house in the Hollywood Hills. And I wish I could think of her name. Someone could probably Google that. She was a recluse, so nobody knew she had died, right? And so she was there for like 3 months, and her mail piled up, and her neighbor said something. So they discovered her body, you know, in there. And so Debbie and I were watching this on the news, and she turned to me and she said, I know where that house is. And she said, they have the address there. I said, okay. She said, do you want to go over there and see if we feel anything? I said, really, Mom? Really? That was really kind of I'll bet if we went up there, we would feel her energy, because she didn't know she was going to die. She probably loved her home because she was a recluse in it. And so we were going to go up there the next day, and we never did. But she, you know, I think your mom has been tilting all the pictures in the house. I have to fix them every single day, and there's a lot of them in my office.
Just in your office?
Well, my office, yes, and then where I have the gallery of my work on the hall. She's right, Dora?
Yes.
So only in my office and my pictures on the gallery of my career on that
All
wall.
right, it's me.
But every time I straighten one out, I go, hi, Mom. Good to see you. Happy you're here. You know, and I really do. I don't know if it's wishful thinking or just that it's
Wishful drinking.
Yeah, well, yes. That will
Speaking of books.
exactly. But anyway, Yvette Vickers. That was her name. Yvette Vickers. Heather Tanchuk. Good for you. That's exactly who the woman that died in her home. And
Now we're coming up on an hour, and we want to do
So-
our giveaways. So
yes,
where do
we're
you
going
want
to keep
start?
this to an hour because
and
we'll
also,
be back
we'd
tomorrow
like
night.
people's input on the giveaway. How did everybody like the giveaway thing that we did? Did you like the stuff that we chose to share with you guys? Because we're going to do different things each day. So we're gonna give away stuff every day, and we're trying to pick different things. So I'm hoping everybody enjoyed the selection of things that we chose.
Yeah, we had winners last night, and
had about 20
everything is
winners.
going out tomorrow morning.
We had 20 winners.
We had 20 winners last night. So
And we
the
could do the same.
giveaways are fun because it's games, and who doesn't want to play a game? Tonight we're going to do. We'll start with my favorite lip gloss that I make. It's called Rich. Let me put it on. There you go. It looks good on everybody. It's like having a light underneath your face. It's the most beautiful color.
I prefer the clear stuff myself.
Yeah.
Neutral colors, you know, 'cause
On your-
guys
on
don't
your-
like the shimmer on their lips.
Yeah, this is.
But she has a clear
You can
one
see it.
that I
I don't know if
actually
you can
like
see
a
it.
lot.
You can tell. But I would like to do. I'm going to start with 5. I want to do 5 things, 5 rich lip glosses. And hey, you know what? Is this good? So the
Do you want to put
contest.
something with it, like this?
Oh,
down?
no, I think what we need to do is just do them separate.
Do you? But then
Yeah.
that's like a lot of extra stuff to ship. See, this way you just have bigger winners.
Yeah, but I'd rather have more people.
More people.
Yeah, because then everybody has a
People.
chance.
Okay.
Julianne, I love you too. Love rich lip
All right,
gloss.
so we're doing
Terry
more
knows
stuff.
it. Beautiful color. You know what, Cheryl? You know I bought your jewelry. Cheryl Davidson Conway, that's on here now. I've never met you, but she sells jewelry on. It's $5 jewelry. And so she does it live on Facebook, and so does Cecily Yeager, another friend of mine. And so I kind of try to go to both of them when you're live, and I buy costume jewelry, and it's really nice. It's really nice costume jewelry for $5. It's absolutely amazing. I'll wear a piece tomorrow night. How about that?
So what's the giveaway?
So the giveaway
What's the
is
contest?
that's the thing, because the giveaway is going to be this, right? Rich lip gloss from catcosmetics.com, and we're going to do that. Let's see. So the contest. What's the contest?
We want to do, I like the number thing.
I like the number thing too. Okay,
The
so
number thing is fun. 'Cause
as
then
you
don't
know,
need any
we're
special
the
skills.
yeah, I'm a mentalist as well as a hypnotist, so I have a show that I do. I just did 9 of them in Texas, and all my shows for the coming months have been canceled. So so let's do it in reverse. Let's see if you can read my mind, because that's what I do in my shows, and it's really fun. So when this whole thing is over, and if I come and play in your city, then you can come and see me, and I'll read your mind. But let's see if you can read my mind. How about that? So let's see. Dina Fulmer, thank you. She said my makeup is amazing. I make it for you, so thank you so much for saying that. All right, so I'm thinking of a number. Hold on one second. I don't want you to see me write it. I'm thinking of a number, okay? And I want you to just, I'm going to give you some clues, okay? So I'm thinking of a number.
Why clues?
Why clues? Because it's, all right, it's a number between 1 and 10. That's the clue. The first 5 people that guess this correctly will win a rich lip gloss. Look, guys are out there going, dude, I don't want lip gloss. All right, so, okay.
There you go.
I see a
Give it
couple
to your wife
numbers.
to be a hero.
Yeah, that's right. I'm watching. Okay, I'm watching. Okay, we're done. We have you. The number was indeed 7. Okay, very good. We got our. So we'll go back and get that. And so there you go. You first 5 people that got it, you will be getting a free rich lip gloss in the mail. What you have to do though is you have to private message me your address. Okay, so I will PM you and then say you have won, and you PM me your address, and then out it goes tomorrow with everything else. So that was fun and easy. You guys did good. There's some good thought readers out there.
Okay,
All right.
so we have something different. Like last night we did some DVDs. Tonight we're going to do something that's, I don't even know if it's still in the market. we are going to do the Debbie CDs. This is a CD of my mother's music, and I don't even know if these are still in print, but I had a box of them. And so in here, you have Tammy, you have Am I That Easy to Forget, etc., etc., Love is a Simple Thing, and Abba Dabba, which is one of my personal favorites. So we have 4.
Someone said
this.
they can hardly hear us. Okay, so we'll talk louder because we're not using.
More people or just one person? Just one person?
Just one, yeah. But I did see it earlier, so we need to speak up as we both have soft voices.
All right.
All right.
So there are the 4 CDs that we're going to give away. We can do, do you want to do something, a piece of Debbie trivia?
No, because they can Google that.
We don't give them time for that. in our office. Wait, is that what you think happened yesterday?
No, and which one?
Well, we did a Debbie thing yesterday. Well, I did Memory Poppins thing, but that was easy. That wasn't intended to be overly difficult.
Yes.
Obviously.
Okay.
So
let's do another number.
another number.
Yeah.
All right, big
All right.
number.
So,
Big number.
and wait until I throw it to you. Don't start guessing.
Everybody hear you fine.
Now, good. Okay, we're good. Everybody hears us fine. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to write a number. And I'm going to send it to you in just a second. Go with your gut. Go with the first thing your intuition tells you. It's a 2-digit number. And it is between 1 and 50. And both digits, oh no, wait a minute.
Don't tell me anymore. That's good.
Okay, a 2-digit number between 1 and 30. Let's go with that. Between 1 and 30. I'm sending it to you right now. Between 1 and 30. The first 5 people to get this. All
You
right.
watching?
I am watching. Ooh, interesting. 2 people guessed the same number. Good.
I saw one.
I saw one.
I saw 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3.
Okay, that's
That's
4.
It. That's
Okay,
4.
we're
That's
done.
4.
All right, very good. You guys, look at that. Do you know how fast, do you know how great that is that you could have that come?
Some of them are getting it on the
See?
first go.
Oh, I know. Well, almost all of them got in the first go, but that's why we're not saying somebody got it, somebody got
Now,
it.
if the same person is doing this and getting all the good stuff, I want to know because then we know they're the most intuitive.
You know what? And we all have great intuition. Just listen to your gut. and
Okay, so
say,
there's
"Guess
the
it,
Debbie.
Here we go.
There's the Debbie CD. Can you
Those
see
will
that?
be.
Okay?
I will be texting you, private messaging you the 5 winners, and you can send me back your address, and we'll send those out. And then I think we have 5 more.
5 of these, and we have 10 of these. This is a real easy one.
Okay, let's save those for tomorrow night. Okay.
Whatever you want.
All right. Another product that actually the dudes can use.
True, but I personally think this is almost more of a collectible.
Oh, it is a collectible for sure.
So last night we did the soap, and if you'll notice, this is the Studio Secrets cream that my mother developed, kind of an evening cream she put on to take off her makeup and before she went to bed. And if you knew my mother at all, you would know that she had remarkably good skin. And so this is, once again, a little collectible, but it's also a very usable product. We happen to have some of that as well. So some of you may choose, at least a jar though, would live on, even if you use the product. The bad news is that there's a very limited amount of this stuff around anymore. But
No, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, so Linda Kornreich said, let's guess whose birthday it is tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Whose birthday is it?
I don't know.
Whose birthday is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
What is tomorrow?
What
Gosh,
is
I don't know
tomorrow?
what day it is. You
March
know,
19th tomorrow?
March 20th is it? Was today the 18th?
Today is
18.
So
So tomorrow is 19, huh?
You want
Linda
that?
was 10, right?
You want that to be
Yeah.
the game?
No, she's just playing
Oh,
with me.
generally,
Okay, is
okay.
it Ryan's birthday tomorrow? You know what, Linda? Now you got me paranoid. So I'll wait for that answer. Okay, so we'll do the numbers again. This time it's between 50.
You want to do numbers or do you want to do a little trivia?
Okay, you do trivia because if you can think of a thing, people like that too.
Okay, well, I can do trivia pretty easily, so I can give you a tough one. Not.
Then you have to give hints then.
Well, only if nobody gets it, okay? But let's let it roll, because somebody
Okay.
may be on
Oh
this.
boy, Seth is here. He is the trivia king.
Okay, so but now this is Debbie trivia. This is
Yeah,
not
but
just,
Seth is a Debbie.
Is a Debbie trivia
yes,
good?
king.
Okay,
yes.
so what we're going to do is we're going to go way back.
Yeah, Ryan, I thought so.
Drizzle, drazzle, druzzle, drum. 1948. Debbie gets a screen test with Warner Brothers. Who was on camera with her
Oh my
in that
gosh.
screen test?
We need clues because
No clues until everybody
Oh.
goes, I give up. Who was in that screen test with her? I will give screen test. The person was under contract to Warner Brothers.
Patty Hughes, is it your birthday tomorrow?
She said,
Aww.
Now, if nobody gets this, I can give.
We'll be with you, Patty.
I got to think of an easy, not too good of a clue. Is anybody even making a shot at it? I don't want to take too much time because you could probably look it up on.
Donald Corner,
I don't even think you can Google that. That's hard.
Frank Sinatra,
Carrie used to say,
Have you seen it yet?
Donald.
I
Get your glasses.
can't see.
Well,
She'd have to.
You know, okay, here we
Did
go.
anybody say anything?
Fred Astaire, Betty
Betty
Davis,
Davis,
Don
Donald
Gable, Fred Astaire,
Richard Burton.
who did
None
I
of these
miss?
are correct.
Hey, Darren Fraser, thanks for the shout out
James Woods.
today. We really love that.
Okay, now here comes. This is going to be a clue. This is going to be a
Okay, clue is coming.
clue is coming. None of those people were correct that I saw there. The clue is coming.
Okay, Robert Wagner.
No,
All right, hold tight.
that's a good piece of trivia.
Charlton Carpenter. Carlton
Not-
Carpenter.
No, she did Abba Dabba with him though.
Oh,
Okay, so here it's a person. Here comes some of the clues. It was a person she never actually made a movie with.
Oliver
He was a fantastic comedian, primarily. See, I'll give it a second if
oh
anybody
my
can get
gosh,
that.
this is so hard.
She
You
wants,
have to-
I'm going to write it down. Yeah.
But we
Right.
don't, but
You-
because here, but you need to give more clues,
I
because
will.
I can't even guess this. Oh, hi Susan Rosen, Kathy Hobbs, you're back, it's good to have you here. Hi Gracie Polly.
Okay, I'm going to give you an easy. I'm going to make it easy
Red
on you. So I
Skeleton,
don't.
Bob Hope.
Close. Very close.
Which one was close?
Very close. Red Skeleton was close because it's that kind of a person.
Can I see the answer? Oh, someone guessed this.
Vicky Gibbons.
Okay, so who did? Did someone get that?
Vicky Gibbons. Yeah.
Let's go back and see. So who got it?
Vicky Gibbons.
Vicky.
Okay, so now.
Okay,
Just
Vicky.
one person. So,
Danny Kaye is the answer.
So Vicky,
Vicky
you will
got
be
it.
getting one of these, and I think Vicky won last night or something
Did
too.
anybody else get it?
Vicky,
Nobody else?
congratulations!
That was. You know what, Vicky? You did such a good job. We're going to give you one of these too. This is the souvenir program. When my mother.
I think she won it last night.
No, this is a different program.
Oh, and get your gun.
These are very rare. When my mother played.
Wait a minute, it said Danny Kaye. Well, we might have more
Do you
winners
have to
because
go back and
it's
look?
going so
It's
fast.
okay, I can
Let's see.
handle it. So
Okay.
there's Debbie as Annie Get Your Gun, and this is another program that was for that time, Harv Presnell and her. So this is very unusual. So I'm going to add that to the cream because I have to admit I did bend your mind a little bit there.
That was a hard one.
It's a tough one, but did only one person get it is really the
You
question.
know, I'm not sure, but I think
But I think yes.
Okay, so we
I'll
can.
have to go back.
So do you want to make it? You want to make it easier to get? So we'll get the first four that'll get this one.
And Dora, her sister is here. Doriana is
Doriana
Dora's sister.
Is she going
From
to get this?
Toronto.
All right, there are four.
Okay, here we go.
There are four Debbie Studio Secrets left. This is a way easier. I'm going to give you a much easier thing. Who? Those of you that read my book will know the answer to this. So
Ooh.
so that's another point. Who was the love of Debbie's life, and it was not Eddie Fisher.
Okay. Wow.
So
Okay.
I'm putting up my glasses.
The love of her life.
The love of her life.
Well, the crush of her life for sure.
The love of her life.
That's in this book.
It's
Your
in my book.
fantastic book, which I just love. And let's see here. Okay, so this is going to end our show. After this, I have two things that I want to
Are you watching?
program.
Is anybody getting?
Yes.
Somebody got it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Big
Where?
evidence again. And also Lessa Sommergard.
Wait till 4 people get it before I announce what it is.
Okay.
4 people have gotten it. Okay.
Have they?
Yes.
Okay. Robert Wagner.
Yep.
Very good, everybody.
Now,
people
I'll
have
tell
read
you-
the book.
And so, yeah, you did read the book.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about this is I told the story in my book, but what happened is my mother dated him when they were very young, back in the early studio days, and she always had a crush on him. And they remained friends their whole life, but they were kind of two ships passing in the night, where he would be married and she would be married, and they never were able to really get together, but it was somehow always on my mother's mind, or in the back of her mind. And towards the end, the very end of her life, the final message she gave me was, one of the final things she said to me was a message for Robert Wagner, which was delivered. So I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, you can read the whole story online, but I had to deliver a message to Robert Wagner, the love of her life, and I did. But that really wasn't even known to me completely until that day. I mean, I knew that she liked him a lot, or whatever you want to call it, but I didn't really know to what degree until literally the day she left the earth. That was one of her final messages, was to tell Robert Wagner.
That she always crushed on him?
She always loved him.
Okay. So I don't want to hear who you had a crush on.
I
And I'm not even the jealous type.
I only have eyes for you.
Well, what am I supposed to say about that?
Everything's in the song somehow.
Love you. Is it? Okay, so here we go. We're gonna just about to sign off, and so we're gonna do one more. All right. So this is gonna be the first 2 people. Now this is a CD. The program is Spiritually Reconnecting with Prayer. It's a program of mine. And it is a really great program if you are not getting any good sleep, if you just feel really anxious. This is an amazing program.
How many are you giving away?
I'll give away 2 tonight, but if you would rather have it like instantaneously tomorrow, I can have a download sent to you in your email.
Well, people can get this on their own. They don't have to win it.
No, but I'm going to give away 2 tonight, and
Come over here, Dwight. Let's say hi.
it'll
Come
be
here.
coming from. It's on Cat Cosmetics, my
Come
website.
and get you.
It's under gifts.
Come and get you.
So if you
Come and
want to
get
know
you.
more about it, it's there. It's just a really, really great way to sleep, de-stress, and relax.
Dwight just wanted to say a quick
Oh,
hi.
hi, baby. Look at, I love how he holds me down. I
He just
love
wanted
that.
to say a quick hello, because we're talking about his mommy, Debbie,
Yeah.
and, he's still with us. So, he doesn't even know Robert Wagner.
I know. He couldn't
He
tell
doesn't want
us.
to know.
There you go.
He is doing so
He doesn't
great.
want to know.
He has a great life, and he is doing great. And she would be so happy if she saw how loved he is, and what a great dog that he is. And so, all right. So I'm going to close this window. So I'm going to give away,
Are you
and you can get it in a
prize?
download. So the people that
Just
win,
2?
he's not a Havanese. He is a French dog. A Coton de Tuyere. And I probably said that wrong, but that's what he is.
He's
Yeah.
a French
I
lap
do
dog,
not
for those
speak
of you that
French.
don't translate.
That's right. So he's there's somebody.
We're on live
We're on
television.
live with Facebook right now. Are you here already? You know what?
Check the gate.
Yeah.
He's at the gate.
Are you here?
He's here. He's here. All right, what's the contest?
Okay, the contest. So the first 2 people that get this, you will be getting the CD or download, whichever you choose, just of spiritually reconnecting with prayer, which is a great hypnosis program for when you lay down and you can't sleep or your mind is racing.
I've got a cat trivia
You do?
question that would be great.
All right.
I'm just going to whisper in here.
Ooh.
Now, I don't want...
Was this in your book? I don't remember.
It is in the book, but I don't want, like, Linda and those
Okay,
people
wait a
in
minute.
on
Wait a
this.
minute. Okay, yeah.
You know
People
her.
that know us really well and our friends.
They're out. They don't get this.
Okay, hold on.
Keep them out.
Okay.
The name of it. The name...
Oh, now.
Yes. It's in the book. It's a lot of places.
Okay, I'm gonna give away 5 of these downloads because this one is hard. If you're not, you are rough.
This is Cat Todd trivia for those of you. So you have to be. It's going to be tough on some of you.
Okay, so the question is the name of it. Really, you want to
Where
go?
are we?
Okay, where we met for the first time. So when we met each other for the first time, it was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
We were both attached to other people, so it was long ago, decades ago. So where did we meet? Okay. Someone got it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who got it?
Well,
Okay,
there's one there.
Me Garvin?
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, be specific. Some of you just.
Yeah.
The name of that place.
Yeah. So some of you are getting it. I don't know that you've had. How many did you say you're gonna do? 5.
We're gonna do 5, and you guys are getting it. But the
think you
name of
might have it.
Pamela Newman.
Oh, well, she was from the church. Okay,
That's right.
cool. I'm cool with that.
You know what?
She would know.
I'm gonna end it right now. Last person in is let's see.
Whoever had it.
Yeah.
The
We
first
have it.
5. Or how
Yes,
many
that's
did you
right.
do?
Okay. All right, closing out.
That was a pretty good one. Did you guys like that question? I thought that was pretty obscure.
Yeah, the hiding place is the name of the place. So we are going to. It's so a good guess. The Crystal Cathedral. That's not it. It was the hiding place.
We wouldn't have been seen in that place. That's
yeah.
for sure. Back in
so
those
the
days.
first. You know what? I'll do downloads. So the first 10 people that got that.
See, we really expanded out.
Well, that, you know why? Because
it's a tough question.
Yes, it was. So the first 10 people, and I'll look you up. You got it. The hiding place was the name of the church that.
So
Todd...
tell a little of the story to go with it,
Oh,
so
okay.
people get context.
So I was married at the time. He was married at the time, and
Who are you married to?
Oh, really? You want to give me a Vietnam flashback? You really want to do that to your wife?
You don't have to get into some elaborate. We all know the hamburger.
I'll give
story.
you a. Oh my God! Here we go.
No, I'm not going there. I'm just saying.
Just don't go there because people are. Oh, look, everything's moving really fast now. Okay. Anyway, yes, I was married then briefly. Okay. And he was married as well, and so we didn't really know each other. I just would see him there at church because he and Henry Catrona, our dear mutual friend, started the Hiding Place, which is a really cool church. And actually, it started out kind of like an entertainer's church and then it just grew and grew and grew into a 1,200 person church, and it was in a high school gymnasium because they didn't want to spend money on a building because Todd thought that the money could be better used somewhere else.
There's a novel concept.
Yeah, that's right.
It actually started in my mother's dance studio,
Yeah.
DR Studios. But we ran out of room really fast. The fire marshal came in,
Closed
one day,
it down.
and we had like 400 people stuffed into this rehearsal room, big room, but nonetheless. He said, "What is going on in here?" Certainly not dancing. So they made us move. We went to the Beverly Theater for a while, where and that's when we started to really expand. Because I had a television show on at that time. I'm not going to get into this because that might make it great.
Yeah, we
trivia.
don't want to go too late because people on the East Coast are ready.
Let us digress. But here's the moral of the story. We started a church that was anti kind of religion in the sense that the organized traditions and things, the stained glass windows and a lot of these traditional things, begging for money, the things that kind of turned people off we just avoided that kind of stuff. We also had our motto was "Judge not, lest ye be judged." So we were pretty open-minded, and anybody could come and hang out with us, and we could all worship God our own way without being judged. And that was how that church
Yeah.
got started.
So,
no buildings.
so I used to see him there, and my marriage was just terrible, and I was very unhappy. And I remember seeing him across the building in the room. It was a big room. It was at a high school. It was 1,200 people. And I remember thinking, why can't I be with a man like that loves God, just a good man. And I wasn't really like, thinking it would ever be Todd, because he was a really good husband, and he was in a marriage that I thought was working, and mine I knew wasn't going to work, but I just...
Little did she know.
Yeah. So how about that? So 30 years later, it only took 30 years for us to find each other.
Back to the ships passing the night.
But where did we find each other? This is not a contest. On Facebook. Because he was talking to our friend Henry. He said, "What are you doing?" Henry said, "I'm helping." Do you remember Catherine Hicklin? She used to come to the church, and she's doing a hypnosis show in New York City, and we're putting it all together with the video and the music, and I'm going with her. And so Todd looked me up on Facebook, and the rest is history. So it only took 30-something years, but it just goes to show you, listen up before we go, how powerful that the mind is. And your thoughts are so important. And so what you think about, you bring about. I do believe that. And it's just crazy that after 30 years and many lifetimes between the two of us, that we would be together now. And I gotta say, it's a weird thing. But it was worth the wait, and it was at the time. The time has to be right, or everything kind of has to align for a relationship to work. And so everything aligned 30-something years later, out of the blue. And that marriage was over. Then you were married again, and then your wife died of cancer. And a year and a half later, we met. So it was, when I say we both went through a lot of lifetimes,
Yeah.
I really am not kidding. No, not bad stuff. I'm just saying just a lot of stuff. So remember to watch your thoughts and know that you are loved. We love you.
Wait, I have to get on my gloves for the closing.
Oh, okay.
We have the closing.
All right.
We open and close this whole series the same way. So we're going to do it again. Here we go. Gloves are coming on.
Yes.
I am ready. Is everybody ready? Here we go.
I think everybody's ready.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
There they are. So in closing, what do? There's no place like home. And there we are.
And it's a good thing because
we're
we're
all
home. Exactly. We'll see you tomorrow night. You know what? We'll try to do it earlier, like 6 o'clock, because I know it's late on the East Coast. And I'm thrilled that you all came to be with us. How fun is this? So we send you tons of love, many blessings. And remember to breathe like we did earlier, because that's the only way that we can remain good and calm. Got to. It's going to be over, and we're going to be getting back to our lives. But right now, we're here to learn, okay? So let's figure out what it is. Okay, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, and I will post on Facebook when. Good night, guys.